No, not yet.
Actually, will.
Well, we're live here with the two boys, Gaviscon and Dream Boy, Cowboy Kelly.
How you getting on, guys?
Guys.
Eddie Craig. We're supposed to do one last night, but what happened?
We were lost to the city.
Yeah.
So we were. But
the boys went walkabout. Have you enjoyed the trip over in Sweden?
I did indeed, Martin.
What are your takeaway points of it so far?
Just that everything is like what it was last year in Ireland. You know, everyone's going around free, like well, people hanging out. Yeah, just in general, like, everyone's trying to be as safe as possible as well. But
you say people are going out trouserless.
Trouserless. The trousers have came off a few times.
You were doing a bit of D, did you, the night, were you?
That's all.
He's got great cardio. He ran from Mayo to Tuam once. How are we running? All the boys ready to the Cactus Rider, Russian Campbell, them shots, Rona Kelly, Rona Riley, sorry. Yeah, my eyes are a bit fucking squatted. Rachel Coyne, long time to see. Yeah, so we were going to do one the other night. We're going to do one, but the boys are back off today, so we're going to get a couple of boys, ask some questions. There's going to be more Hottie Bucks podcasts on the way. I just needed to recalibrate. I need to give them a break. There's a lot going on, but I'm going to get back into it. There's talk about me getting Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the Body from Liverpool. So that'll be a bit of crack talking to him.
Solid scrap talk.
Solid steel.
Plus we'll be doing one as well on Dead Hedgehogs.
Dead Hedgehogs. So
that'll be going up tomorrow or maybe Sunday.
Roma Killip, love your streams, Martin Maloney, man. Thanks very much. Hey, love you too. You're good skins. So what do you think compared to life in Ireland? Are they doing it right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
You've been here, you've seen it.
This is the first time I've been in Sweden, and I'm sorry now I didn't actually book a bit longer, but we will be back out again next year. That is for sure. I just don't know how it's going to be going back again. Like it's nice to be able to have everything open, like restaurants open, pubs are open, everything is as normal as.
And did you feel safe?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Beautiful city. In the last, so I've been here a couple of weeks, and after the first week, they've kind of clamped down a little bit.
Oh yeah,
so we had
pubs are closed at 10 now, so it's like
probably just as well.
You're getting blue balled by the pubs. It's like you just get the touch for it, and then it's like, well, that's it, over. It'll only lead to gap parties
unless you did what we did and go out at 12 o'clock of the day.
Yeah, the day session. It was a super Wednesday. I got a little bit too excited. At the prospect of meeting people in Sweden. It doesn't happen often. Because the Swedes are like, you have to book them about 3 years in advance if you want to meet them for lunch.
we met some brilliant characters. Like a couple of your mates came in the first night, and they're just
shout out to Big Rod.
Such crack.
Already, boy.
Big shout out to Rod. He's a
Rod,
legend.
Tell us more about Rod. What's going on?
He's a lovely, cozy bastard. That's why
he's just great fucking crack. He's such energy. He played. Did he used to play for Finn Harps?
No, he's entrenched in the Finn Harps crack.
He loves soccer, but he knows a lot of boys that knows a lot of boys, and just great stories, some unbelievable stories.
Yeah. Do you meet Tommy Miller? Asked Lick Beast.
Not if we can help it.
How was he in the ice cream? But me, I just don't understand it. You do a bit of shouting today because it's not nighttime, so you go, woo! Do you know what I mean? So you can't do that at 11 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night, because you get reported.
You can.
Them Californians up to no good, man. Who's them cunts you talking about? They'll get fucking shot! But good to see. It's nice to have these lads over here. Beautiful energy. Oh.
It'd be nice.
We had a nice squad there the night before last.
Yeah.
Had a nice squat.
And yes,
this man was squatting in the bushes.
It was wild. It was.
Alex Hurley says, "How are you, cowboy?
Oh, you getting on?
Cowboy, the two fucking cheese."
Thanks, Alex. Are you well? What's the crack with you? It was good. I can't wait to come back again when everything is settled down. And you were always for years. You wanted me to come over.
Oh, for years, man. You've now seen it. You know what the mythos is like. Shame didn't come in the summer. Summertime was like people on the beach living it up, not giving a fuck, living life in the fast lane. Fred Durst, all that. Fucking Kev Johnson there says they're letting people back on the race courses next Wednesday. What do you think? Woohoo! This man loves the racing. I love the races. They like tipping, betting, stats, form, tic tac. John McCrurick, rest in peace.
What is the crack?
Was he dodgy?
What is the crack with level 5 in Ireland? If anyone knows,
was that boy band? Was it?
Level 5.
No entry.
Are the pubs going to be open for Christmas?
No, they're not, man.
Are they not?
I guarantee you this. They'll be like, sorry, that's too dangerous. It's just deadly dangerous. Can't have people out in pubs. Deadly dangerous. They'll pull the fucking mat. You're all being good boys and girls. It's carrot and stick, and it's fear and control. And it's all like, never. I mean, I'm sick of telling people, man. I'm just
more importantly, Mike Higgins says, yeah!
Right, that's it. That is it.
He's gone. He's bolted. That's it. We've taken over the page.
He's gone to take on Neffet.
It's not the same without a bit of 5-1 with Stevie Kelly, the cowboy.
Jesus, it's been a long time since it's been a long time.
Cowboy the toe fucking chase, man. Woo!
If you've been a tune.
She's been out.
Do you remember the time I got up on stage and you were playing the music to LA Woman and I sang Roadhouse Blues, but somehow it worked.
Well, it worked for you because you were like off your tits. But for everyone else that was in the vicinity, they were like, "What is going on?"
Where was this?
It was in the Gateway.
Was it in the
Gateway? It was in the Gateway. Yeah, this is years ago.
Oh, it was after the rap party for
yeah.
Series 2.
Yeah.
Series 2 rap party was amazing. At one stage, we're in the Gateway Hotel in Swinford, and I don't know what happened. We just made a human pyramid in the back of the pub. It was weird, man. It was like multi-layers of people to the ceiling, and we were all going, "Whoa!" I don't know how it was working, but it was a bit like.
Your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. One time, it was a very good night. There was a band there that night.
It was. I think the boys from Monaghan.
But anyway, they let us up singing on stage, and you were on the guitar.
Oh no, that was
a different season.
The Tall Trees boys. That was
it
Series 3? Was it?
It could have been.
Oh, Series 4.
Yeah.
Hard to Series 4, 3. Hard to know, man. We'd be doing that many series. Shame on you didn't just go like, lads, look, you're a homegrown, fan-orientated comedy show. Here, have a series every year. It doesn't cost that much to make. It's all done locally. No, they don't want that, do they, lads?
No.
Nah.
They'd rather give money to old Tubridy and the boys.
Even if they gave us a little bit of Tubridy's money, I think we'd be happy.
Man, if we had a third of Tubridy's salary, we could get a 6-part series going. 6-part, all bells and whistles, props, actors, the whole lot. Just think about that. Think about that next time you're paying your TV license and then go.
Need to pull the finger out pronto. The Hardy book, they need to pull the finger out pronto. We do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we would. Tell them about your dead hedgehogs thing there. We'll go and do some
so what we've done is myself, Pete, and this man and Mikey, we've set up our own YouTube channel, Dead Hedgehogs, so go check it out, and we'll be doing podcasts. We do like an Agony Uncles podcast. We'll be doing a podcast with Martin. We've done a podcast there with Darren Conway, which was a brilliant one, and we've a lot of big names coming up. He is in Dublin. He is a comedian. Funny Dublin.
He's just a pool player. Plays with Cocoon and State Time.
No.
He is, yeah.
The owl out to pasture. He was out in that day.
Actually.
Blockclair, yeah. Actually, was he on the podcast? Was he?
He was, yeah.
Where's he going? I got a fucking century break there with Stateside the last night. Baby roll, the Dead Hedgehogs.
So check out the Dead Hedgehogs.
Do go over, subscribe, and
give it a thumbs up. And we only got 4 thumbs up, man. That's petty, man. You got to get some thumbs up here. You know what I mean? We got the bais, we got the lads. They're firmly known as $3 left. Now they're going to be known as the Dead Hedgehogs. Are you going to rebrand the page on Instagram?
The which?
Are you going to rebrand the page on Instagram?
Might be, yeah. I'm thinking of
about it.
You're doing like an overhaul, like you're changing the dynamics.
Brand
overhaul, brand new overhaul.
Yeah. Someone said there that we've snuffed Sonic and made him brown. That's exactly what it looks like.
That's it. Kind of is what it is.
What?
Poor Sonic got dodged.
Shout out to Liam there.
Yeah, Liam. Last night it was a bit late. I was going to get back to you on the WhatsApp or the Discord group. But fuck it, man. Look, here we are now. It's a different time of day. I'll probably, if I have time later on, I'll do a bit of a live stream touching her. We'll ring the boys up on the phone, see if they're in Amsterdam, how they're doing, how they're getting on.
Back through Amsterdam.
Go back, man. You going to the red light, the RLD, the red light zone?
I nearly got stuck. I nearly got stuck in Amsterdam, as it happens. On the way over, I had 6 hours to kill between my flights from Dublin to Amsterdam, and I still managed to nearly miss my flight. They closed the gate. They had to reopen the gate for me. It was such a pantomime. Fuck's sake! Was I telling you that?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
They had to turn. They actually the ramp was coming off the plane, and they had to stop it from leaving.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that they did that.
No, I was like, but I thought I had 15 minutes to spare. And next thing I'm like, there's no one at my gate. And then this lady, thankfully, just put her head up and she said, "Kelly," and I said, "Yeah, your plane is gone." I was like, "What? The fuck?" I said, "How do you mean it's gone? I'm before time." And then I looked at the fucking ticket again, and then I realised that she was right and I was wrong. I was late.
Oh man, I had an awful doing there in Frankfurt Airport about 2 years ago. I was going over for this Vikings thing, and I thought to myself, "Oh, I'll get the earlier flight over." There was an evening flight going with Norwegian at 7. I was like, that's too late, man. I'll get the day flight. There was a connecting flight going to Frankfurt, and some fucking arse and about happened before Frankfurt. The plane was late. I got to the terminal and all that. I got to the gate and they were like, "Oh, the flight is gone." I'm like, "What do you mean the flight is gone?" And man, it was 4 hours of me going. I had to go to British Airways. And then that flight wasn't coming in. I had to get a connecting flight from Dublin. I ended up having to run around the fucking the airport, shitting myself and "Please, can I go through my airport?" And then I got a KLM ticket instead, and they just about let me on. And then when I get to the gate, they're like, "Oh, we have to wait and other people come first, and then you might get on." I'm like, "I was told I had a ticket." And then they're like, "Oh, go on." So, but stressful, man. This connecting flight shit.
Usually I'm for airports especially. I've missed a lot of like trains, buses, and lifts and everything. But usually in an airport, I'm pretty good. I'll be waiting for an hour. But whatever the hell happened.
I've gone flights with, like, I remember the first time we came over to Sweden and we were on the flight together and you were so lax about getting the flight. Do you remember we were going to Skavsta? It was like
awful fucking airport, man. If you ever go to Sweden, don't go to Skavsta.
I think we left Swinford like 3 hours before the flight time. So we only had 2 hours to get up there and try and run through Dublin Airport in like 20 minutes.
I did miss a flight once
feed of pints
because I was when I went through US Customs, they stopped me in Shannon. They said I was a risk to national security. Whatever when they scanned my retina, it set off fucking alarm bells. But
Illuminati confirmed.
So it had to actually go to Washington to make sure that I wasn't who they thought I was. And eventually it came back that I wasn't actually the person that they were looking for.
He wasn't Abu Hamza, the man who has claws.
My flight was gone. I'd missed my fucking flight over. Like I was actually in a
raid job.
Osama bin Cowboy.
Yeah. So, but they put me on a flight the next day, but it was a lot of stress, and I missed a day of my fucking holiday. So,
Gathel Sea Roads. Off my cake leaving the dam one time on truffles on way back to Ireland. Awful experience. Oh, God.
Imagine some crack.
It's the youth is wasted on the young. You know what I mean? These are the kind of daft things you do when you're young. It's like rock and roll, but it puts you into an awful the setups, man. Some I've done stuff like that myself. Like years ago when me and Pete and Tom would be coming over here, there was Ryanair flights going at 7. So we were like, rather than getting up early in the morning, we were like, "Oh, look, we'll stay out all night and then go to the airport." And like you'd have no sleep, and you'd be getting to the airport absolutely locked. And I'd be amazed how they let us past the security checks. Like, and then you'd have a sleep on the plane going over the North Sea, and then the turbulence hit you, and you'd be on this depressing Ryanair seat. The good thing was not many people were going on a Saturday morning, so you'd have the row of seats, and you'd fall asleep. And next thing the turbulence hit you, like, "Oh God!" You thought you were going to go to.
We used KLM on the way over, and the flight was seamless.
Yeah,
you gotta say, great airport or great airline.
In fairness to KLM, they'll furnish you with hard beers all the way over.
Like Aer Lingus, man, it's gone.
Yeah, I haven't used Aer Lingus in a while.
Have you used Ryanair for a long time? I vowed, man. I just had so much shit.
Last time was when I went to Malta. It was fucking long, man. Luckily, I had another plane ride where I just got absolutely smashed. So when I get off, I'm like, fuck me.
Did the avionic experience with Ryanair, did it put a bad taste in your mouth on the holiday?
No, not really. I think on the way over, it's not too bad because you're like excited.
It's the going back.
It's the going back is always shit.
I was on. Me and Tani went to Sicily back in 2009, and I remember buying a big lump of Parmesan cheese when I was over in Sicily. I was like, ooh, but the bags were like a bit overweight. So I remember giving the bag, this big block of cheese, to the guy who worked in the hotel. He's like, "Are you sure? This is a very nice cheese." I'm like, "I know it is." And you're worth about 50 quid over here. I picked up for 10 there. Like, and then when we got to the airport,
why'd you give it to him?
Because the bags were heavy, and we were like, I would rather give it to this man than them fuckers take it. I don't know why I just didn't put it in my pocket. Well, fuck it, who knows? But then when we got there, these sound lads who didn't give a shit about Ryanair's weight, they were like, no problem, throw it in. I was like, But scarves that. Some of the worst experiences of
Remember that
flying.
time me, you, and Pete
got stuck
in there for 9 hours?
Where?
In Scotland, snowstorm.
Okay.
DJ Flip was there.
Sure was. A fella called Kieran McGrath.
Kieran McGrath.
He was a photographer.
How's this mic coming through, lads? You ladies, you hearing this all right? My cousin Sean, he flies with Ryanair mostly to America. Do they fly to America?
Do they still give you a sandwich on KLM? They sure do give you a sandwich.
And he was he did a brilliant one. Apparently, he was saying he was getting a drink. He goes, "Oh, can I get drinks for me, my friends, please?" And then they dropped down 3 beers to him, and he just sat and drank them, and then did it on the next plane.
Yeah. Can I? I went down the back and I was like, I was asleep when you were walking past. Can I get 2 or 3 beers, please?
Why do you think we like the pints so much? Are you concerned about our drink?
I don't know.
I think I'll probably be nice to myself for a couple of days and not drink.
Definitely. I mean, I came over and I said to myself on the way over, don't do the mucking on it now, and don't go hammer and tongs for it. What do we do? Like, literally as soon as we get off the plane, we spent 3 days fucking solid.
It was some of the best crack
you
ever have.
Yeah,
like belly laughing.
It was probably one of the highlights of the years, to be honest. It was good crack. It had to be done.
There
was no time for museums. There was no time for walking about town. He was just in the pub, in the mix,
hanging out with Brenda Fricker.
Yeah, he gave Brenda Fricker the old quasi-modal.
But it was good. It was good times. Good drinking.
Yeah.
It's FaceTime.
Look at Joseph. He's a great man for just fucking phoning the whole time. Whatever he wants. He'd be like, "What are you up to? How are you?" I'm like, "Do you want to meet up?" No, I can't meet up. Can't do it.
I think Ruben.
How you doing,
Ruben Bargello and Greg. All the boys are here. We are well indeed. We're well indeed. Give that thumbs up in the chat. The chat Demas. Any other chat we want to cover? Any questions for the boys while we're here?
Oisin Campbell asks, Cowboy, did you enjoy the stay in Achill during your big run? Deadly spot. I'm half Achill man.
Achill was
good. They treated us very well. Now,
like they actually.
One lad even tried to sell you a second-hand Volvo.
In Achill, a beautiful spot. We'd actually been there a few weeks earlier, down in Ted's bar.
Ted Lavelles
having the crack there.
Good crack was that
day as well. Oh, it was serious.
What was happening in there?
We just went down. We were going to do a bit of camping, and we thought we'd be around the fireplace.
This was Collie's idea.
Yeah, we laying pipe here or just camping.
No, just drinking. But then we ended up in Ted's bar. It was the only pub in the country.
The two of us, Collie and Terry.
So, but this time, Achill was unbelievable. They gave us 2 houses for the night.
Yep.
They gave us as much food as we brought with us on the journey. They had doubled up on it.
Yep.
And there was some lady there that owned one of the houses, and she made scones.
Oh, taste the home.
The best scones I've ever had in my entire
job,
life.
was it?
Yeah, buttermilk job. Yeah.
My mother makes the best scones I've ever had. So it's like if I go into a pub and they're like, "Would you like some scones?" I'm like, "Nah," or apple pie. Can't touch it, man. Yeah. The old lady does the best. No place like home. Fucking Wizard of Oz job, yeah. Some young one from out Austin, Texas, with red shoes got thrown up in the air in a tornado. The house, the lot, fucking terrier. They were hanging out with some old bisexual scarecrow then, and then the lad with the metal body, fucking was a heartless bastard.
A bisexual scarecrow.
Bisexual scarecrow, and he was bumping a lad dressed up as a lion. Pure ranter stuff, so it was.
Ryanair airplanes are the ladders of the aviation world.
Yeah, they
exactly
are.
What they are.
Yeah, ladder.
Have it. Mark says, have a dilemma, lads. Be
a good boy and stay in lockdown in Dublin or move to Bundoran, for a few weeks of takeaway pints and morning surfing. I think the morning surf is the key, isn't it?
And that would freshen up any man's
Yeah,
can.
It would free up the can, make it. That would actually be good for the head. Actually,
Very good for the head.
Hanging around, splashing
Like
about a bit.
actually, I was up in near Mullaghmore a couple of days ago.
Big
went for a
surf
swim.
spot.
Yeah. So it was beautiful. It blew away the cobwebs.
Did you see the guy that was riding 60-foot waves a couple of weeks ago?
No, where?
In the big surf spot in Mullaghmore.
I didn't.
So there was like some outrage, like rarely big. You know, these big surf, like massive waves, like 20 meters or whatever, 25 meters. Your man being towed out into them. The footage is unreal.
I must check it out because I know Pete actually lives near Mullaghmore and he does be out. He finds Swedish women around. Liam.
They're 10 a penny, lads.
They're unbelievable.
They're
Not that would appeal to me or anything. But I'm not that type of guy. No, they're unreal. There's some serious units over here.
Yeah,
Sam Squanch Lavins after you.
Fair play to the Vikings on stealing all the women.
They took a good crop of them, all right. No, surely they did. Surely be to God.
They got some good genetics of it.
Oh,
don't you know?
Yeah, so that's the bit of crack now, and we'll take a few super chats now. I heard there's lads throwing in fucking mad amounts of money now, is there? Don't be shy, lads. And hit the thumbs up and share this to everyone. Socialism on a plane, says Leeman Murphy. Chris Antman says, Axterman says, what's the crack, boys? Well,
crack is good.
Crack is good.
Crack is good. All
I'm
right.
just sorry now I didn't
stay longer.
Sorry now getting longer. I was only here since Tuesday and we're going back this evening.
For fuck's sake, have we come bringing me?
Fair play to them, dude.
He's gone.
He's gone now.
He's gone again. He's in and out like a blue Irish fly. But he's got a.
How was the old Thanksgiving cowboy? He's very thankful. You're thankful for the last couple of days.
Thanksgiving, it wasn't your traditional Thanksgiving, that's for sure. We were in what was the bar?
Why did you not make it on last night, lads? To be honest, Jonah, we were absolutely smashed drunk.
We were. We
were drinking all day. No sleep. No sleep.
We hadn't slept since we got here on. Well, I hadn't slept, so we got here on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
it was a couple of really heavy nights,
as you can probably tell by my eyes. But we had a good time ourselves now. But it wouldn't have been great to be watching. Was in Stockholm once. The pints were good. Expensive though. Yeah, it's very expensive. Crazy expensive. It's like €9 for a decent pint. Yeah. It is expensive. But what we done was.
What's the crack like on airplanes? The crack with airplanes is the flight I was on coming over was fairly busy now.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to wear a mask, but if you're not wearing a mask, they're not going. I think they made you.
Yeah, they made me. Well, I would have wore one anyway. On the way over, just for the simple life. Like, I mean, everyone else was doing it, so it's no big deal. In the airport, you weren't allowed into Dublin Airport without wearing the mask. Yeah. But I mean, it's a small price to pay to get here. Like,
yeah. What's the feelings on Maradona's passing? I suppose if we gave him a good send off yesterday.
We did. We
had the day before that
many drinks in his honor yesterday. Every drink we had, we give him a shout out.
Yeah. There was a picture there of Maradona and Pele. So two legends there. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move up there.
€9 a pint. That's taking the piss.
Actually, we went for a pint in that place. The halfway in, it was a tenner nearly for a pint. Not even like 40 centiliters. Like,
yeah, it's hard work.
What do you think of the beer over here, lads?
I had one last night and it was absolutely delicious. What was it?
I don't know. It was an IPA.
It was an IPA, but it was absolutely glorious. It was a beautiful drink. I tried a Guinness the first night in the Liffey, and it was like sore water.
It was actually tragic.
And then Wiestrom's then the only Irish bar in town owned by an Irish man.
Yeah, that was great Guinness.
Knew how to do it, man.
Great Guinness in there. So.
The funny thing is, you were getting to the end of that first pint, and I was like, You look like you're struggling with that one, Cowboy, and you went, yeah. I go, are you going to get something else?
Yeah, there's a place down the road from there called Temple. I got this IPA out of the tap, and you can tell that people don't really get that pint much, and it just tasted like fucking toilet water.
Yeah.
That metallic tang.
Yeah, metallic tang, but kind of an eggy taste. And there was a couple of times I was like, should I send this back? You know, it was fucking rank shit.
And then suddenly it was gone.
Yeah, it went then. Funny enough, the liver processed it. I often think about the amount of drink that I've drank in the last 20 years. If you could put it into a swimming pool, how much would it be in terms of the volume? Like,
how many swimming pools?
But I mean, I was let's say a swimming pool the size of the volume in this room. Would you actually? Yeah, that's,
you would, of course,
easily. I think,
way too many pints.
Like the swimming pool in Ars Attracta.
Easy. Scandinavian Guinness is like
Boys like the pints.
Well, the first one was in the Liffey was terrible, but then the other one was just like home.
Really. You got handed to V-Strings. They run a
very
good shop.
Yeah. The only thing is, like we had to go out early because the pubs they brought in restrictions here that
closed at 10.
Closed at 10.
Didn't really see a lot of Swedes around though, did you?
No,
wasn't an awful lot.
The pubs were quiet. Like,
do you remember there was those two lads who were like, yeah, the name of someone's brother in Prison Break. Do you watch Prison Break? Yeah. And they were like dressed like American dudes, and you were like, "You boys look like you're American." Those two fucking lads who were having pints.
Did I meet?
They just randomly went.
They were like, "Prison Break, man," and I was like, "Don't watch it."
We're settling an argument. I was like, "It sounds like the worst argument I've ever heard."
They were arguing about whose brother was who in Prison Break, and I was like, "Mate,
Google it."
It's fucking old RTE.
I can't remember any of that.
Tuesday night shit.
Neil O'Toole lads. Any singing last night? There was. I'm sure we were singing at some stage.
Can you give us an "I'm Blind" from top of your voice, please?
I'm blind.
I'm drunk. I remember years ago when I was about 18, Stevie and the uncle O'Hagan were out, and we were getting a bus to Castle Bar, and rightly so. Stevie was in a very big Jim Morrison phase at the time.
Yeah, and
he was walking up the street with the leather pants on, the waistcoat and the shirt on. And he walks out and he goes, "I'm blind!" And someone goes, "It is. Blind drunk, you cunt."
Oh my God. It was, I went through the gym. I even bought like a pair of leather trousers.
Got them from Boston.
You're
not into the killing crack?
You're not into the killing crack.
Oh, leather man.
So I actually bought them. It's like my brain when I was that in my early 20s.
You were like 3 sizes too big.
Way too big for me, but I didn't care because they were leather, and I thought I was the fucking reincarnation of Jim Morrison. But
that's fucking brilliant crack, man.
Jesus!
I remember Tordoff saying years ago how himself and Kinsler and a few boys went back to your the garage or an apartment out back behind your house.
Yeah,
and everyone was playing guitar and singing, and Martin was like doing loads of just doing the insane bongo percussion on the knees to the wee hours of the night.
Oh my God!
I think one of the highlights of you coming over was like I booked an Airbnb and you weren't even in there 5 minutes and you were trying on your man's shoes.
Did you leave the shoes back in the end? Did you?
I did.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So the next 3 days you're just wearing some fella's boots.
They were class.
Lovely boots.
They were class boots.
Actually, Black Friday, crispy boots. I look up a pair of them contours.
What happened was on the way over on the plane, my shoes that I was wearing, I clipped them on a step or something, and the sole came loose. So and there was no clothes shops open, obviously, in Ireland for the lads. And the thing is, my other boots, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a few drinks with this man here, and
I think you were doing a live stream on the.
I think we were doing a live stream on Dead Hedgehogs, but Dead Hedgehogs, but we ended up getting mad steamed, and for some reason, when I got into the house, I burnt my boots, my Ben Sherman boots that were probably €180,
in the fire.
and I threw them into the fire for some strange reason. But anyway,
had to be done.
So I'm shoeless now when I go home, and I didn't get a chance to get a pair here because we were too busy drinking.
Yes,
but I must.
You might get some bit of a deal at the airport, will you?
I might. Yeah,
I might be able to do something.
Yeah. But but anyway, when I got into the apartment, and I seen your man's boots. They were like, it was like God himself had left them there. So I put them on. I put them on. They were class boots.
Yeah, because
as soon as you had the boots on, you were like, geez, he has a few nice shirts as well.
You know, and they always say, you only
it.
know a man till you walk a mile in his boots, and you must know whoever that lad was very well.
I tell you what, if his size of his boots are anything to go by, he's a big man. He's a big man.
He's well done.
I had to put on 2 pairs of socks just to fucking fit them.
KM says snakeskin boots. I remember my mate Danny the lizard, myself and Jens.
I think Denise is on.
Oh, Denise. Oh, my and Doc. Oh, get on the mushies. Myself and Jens and Danny Lizard Man had a bit of reefer madness before going into town, and me and Liz were out of our element. But Liz was in a different ballpark altogether, and he was we went into the Borgplatz, and we were trying to get into a few places. And I was like, "There's not a hope we're going to get in here. Like we're too mangled." And then we walked to the old town, and Liz was walking diagonally across the street in zigzag formation. And he was wearing a pair of these are elephant skin shoes or something. And Jens kept going, crocodile shoes. And then we had to put him in a cab, and he was in the cab like this. He was like, bye, crocodile shoes. Yeah, fuck you. Good times, memories.
I haven't seen Danny in so long.
Yeah, we'll have to go and see him in Poland, man.
Yeah, that'd be
nice.
Yeah.
I go crack down there, whenever the fuck it was there. Was it 2 months ago, was it? 3 months ago? Was it summertime? I think it was like September or something.
September, yeah.
Yeah, that was good crack there. Lizard's house.
Were you over there for long?
3 days. That's all you fucking need. At the end of it, when I was leaving, I was like, all right, see you later, Liz. Yeah, good luck. Haven't spoken to him since.
Ruben says, best TV show of all time, boys, has to be The Sopranos for me at Mad Italian.
Oh, hey, we got Chris Moltisanti here.
I never watched The Sopranos, not one episode.
You still haven't watched it?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, you tell him, son. You got the young lad on the iPad, and when the adverts come on, he goes, silly rubbish.
What would be your favorite TV I think it's Sopranos.
Yeah, is that good?
I like The Wire too, but I'd probably Sopranos because it's funny as fuck as well.
Yeah.
Not only is it it's got loads of elements.
Sopranos got comedy, it's got drama, it's got product placement. Yo, we got a craze of these Ramlösa from Sweden. You can well imagine some Swedes who are like, yes, we need to try and get Ramlösa, the sparkling drink, onto Sopranos. It will make our market value increase. He's like, hey, Tony, what do you want me to do with these Ramlösas from Sweden?
One in the back room. You're doing a great job, Davey.
Yeah.
I must check it out. I've never watched The Shield either. That's another one that I
Shield, I heard it's a bit edgy, all right. Yeah. Apparently, it's got your man from The Thing, the Fantastic Four job, the bald lad.
The only thing I seen out to the end was Breaking Bad.
I didn't watch the last bit because for me,
first 2-3 seasons are brilliant. I think kind of tailed off. They made it too
complicated or too look at that for a fucking surprise.
It was almost like they fucking stretched it out a bit.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Sometimes it can be on too much of a good thing,
Yeah.
But I didn't watch the last series, Breaking Bad. And then, when you go around to people's gaffs then and it's like, Reese, I'm in Dublin watching Breaking Bad. And he was ahead and I was like, I don't want to know what's happening. I was like,
what did you think of Game of Thrones?
Watched it to the first 3 series. And then after a while, I didn't watch that. And when you had wankers on Ray Darcy's radio show, of an evening, you'd be driving back from Castlebar and it's like, oh, just do Game of Thrones. Oh, cool. There's dragons and eggs and fucking midgets and stuff. And I was like, class. But I was working at a job here last year and it was like fucking, we're having bets on the blackboard of who's going to be killed this week's Game of Thrones. I'm like, you fucking sad cunt. You know what I mean? Yeah, you tell them, son. Yeah, and it's just like, these people, man, you know what I mean? It's waste of time.
Liam says, have I watched it? Is that the Vikings, Liam? I watched the first season and then I just got lost in it. Even though I met the crew of the Vikings down.
Tell us about when you met Travis Fimmel and the boys.
Yeah, so I went down. I have a mate called Joe down in Wicklow, and he owns
Wicklow Joe.
He owns the land that the Vikings film on. And
does he?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So he used to be telling us to come down. That he knows the Vikings. You know, they'd be always in the house, and I was like,
hanging out
right, yeah. But when I went
hanging out
down
with the Vikings, yeah.
When we went down, they were like, he was telling the truth. 100%. They used to come in and just make tea and coffee. They didn't even knock. They used to walk into his house and just. But your man was a lunatic, but great crack.
I'd say
Is that the fellow that owns the airstrip?
Yeah. The family owned the actual airstrip down in Wicklow, in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. That I was up there filming. Where they recreate the whole gates of.
Gates of France.
No, the gates of Kiev. They had and the whole rest. The rest of it was just green screen or blue screened at the side then, and then they just they would have just added the computer generated.
Yeah, well, I know. The man owns that. Or
The gate was. Yeah, they went back in time, put the boys through a wormhole. I was watching Event Horizon there last week with Sam Neill. It's like a horror movie set in space, man. But they used please look up the end of Event Horizon. Like they just ruin it with this really crap kind of edgy. I'll put the end credits on it. It's like bring in that funky shit. It's like it's supposed to be like a horror movie about bending the time and space of the fabric of space to travel faster to other zones, and the spaceship goes into hell and they come back and they're all fucking mental. But yeah, it's not bad, man. It was pretty good. It was intriguing. I waited a long time to see it, but the end credits, man. I got to play a bit of this.
Sopranos is mad funny. The episode where Chris Cowboy Montesanti and Paulie get lost in the woods is hilarious. And everyone has always told me to watch. I
think there's anything with Chris Montesanti and it ends up being funny in The Sopranos.
Look at that there. You got fucking Lawrence Fishburne going, here, lads. I'll blow the gaff up now in a minute, hey.
But have a listen to this, man. It's just so dodge, man. Have a listen. Fucking Swedish YouTube, man. Sicking you. 14 seconds of this rubbish. Look at this.
Can you not skip there?
There you go, man. They're evil demons, man. They're besieged by. Listen to this now. They love this.
It's like
cyber.
It'll make you want to drop some pills.
Yeah. It's like something from a computer game in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Like you
Need for Speed.
Yeah, or
One.
I'm going to say like Horizon Driving 3.
Or a 4x4 simulator.
Yeah.
There was it'd be the kind of music, right, that in America around like 1999 you'd have all these Americans going, we're gonna go to a club and do X, man. And they've got all people like dressed up and do it. Like, do you ever see the Halloween film there, that Danny McBride? Danny McBride.
Is that the Prodigy?
No, it sounds a bit like it. It's like, bring in that funky shit. So I just thought
Did anyone watch Chip Chipperson podcast? Who's Chip Chipperson?
Martin was the story with the Hardy Bucks cottage. I only discovered where it was recently. It's in awful bad shape. Yeah, it's been absolutely trashed by knob jockeys. And
are you sure it was trashed? Or just that there was a water leak?
Well, I went out to it because a few people.
We do a bit of price work.
A bit of price work. They've actually boxed up now, and they have all the windows like covered in, boarded up. But I'd say what happened initially was there was a burst pipe, and it just destroyed the ceiling. And then when one ceiling was ruined, people just kept going in. They broke in the door, smashed the glass of the door, got in, and then they just started destroying the cottage. Yeah,
do you reckon they were local lads who did it?
Nah, they were coming from all over the place.
Yeah, it's a real shame, man, because if we do get another series, then it has to be done up. It's going to be. It's a shame, there could have been a lot of things done with that, but sure. Look, the whole thing it's all fractured anyway. There's people. I don't know. It'd be nice. I might try and do some sort of spin-off here in Stockholm. I'm sure you boys will get involved. All I need to do is just write it and then submit it in, do a spin-off here in Stockholm between here and Ireland, and anyone who wants to do it can do it. And if I can raise the Spondoolies, do a co-production between RTE and SVT, we could do some sort of spin-off. But I have everything in the works, and please God, touch wood, it takes off. Something new. The Prodigy, funky shit, says Mikey and Higgins. Who owns it? Bottom half of the front door broken in, but wouldn't like to see the inside. It's Chris's family have it, and the thing is, it could have been done up. Not people living in there. It could have Airbnb'd it. Missed opportunity there. Airbnb in the Hardy Bucks cottage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's right.
I'd buy the bastard myself to do it.
Was it for sale? No, it was never for sale.
But there's an awful lot of work needed to be done to it.
Yeah,
there is.
People were saying that the ceiling came down because of burst pipes, but I reckon someone went in and just actually smashed the ceiling down on it.
Okay. Look, it is what it is now. It's destroyed.
Yeah.
Did you see the monolith found in Utah?
The which?
The monolith. Is that it? That was from Jonah. Is that the metal, the steel one? Yeah, I seen something about it. All right.
Where'd you see that?
That's actually gone now.
We'll have to have a look there now. We'll have to have a look.
Yeah,
the monolith found in Utah. What was that about?
It was like an ancient monolith, but it's done in like some sort of metal.
That's interesting. I wouldn't be one bit surprised. I often think that we've humanity or some other life form has been here long before, but unfortunately, the majority of human beings are fucking Egypts. Like so. One second. I have to take this.
So is it? So likelihood is that stateside could be an alien living in a monolith.
Now on the phone again. Jimbo asks, "What's the story with the English accent boss? Is that Martin or Chris? Because they were both born in England. I don't know what I'm doing with them. So bizarre. Pure 2001 Space Odyssey job. You're right. How are the lads? Many pints drank over there, Sean.
Oh God.
A small ocean of pints drank, as you can tell by my eyes. We really done the
energy
on it.
We've been in a bit of an energy dump today.
Yeah. So
watching you fucking shuffle it around. You should have seen this fella earlier
flashbacks of the last few nights.
You should have seen this fella this morning. He was shuffling around like Ozzy Osbourne and the Osbournes.
Oh,
the way he's just shuffling around the house the whole time.
I don't get headaches. What I get is like my brain just stops working. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know whether to take a shower. It takes me an hour to take a shower, get the towels out, probably hit my toe off the table a few times. It was just a mess this morning. But we'll come around. We have to, because we have to get on the plane.
Yeah.
That monolith doesn't look that. I mean, I'd say some lads probably just took it there and left it and like. Yeah. I mean, how has no one discovered it before? I mean,
it was discovered from a helicopter, wasn't it?
Right. Well, because America is like you don't realize until you fly over the east coast to the west. Like you're looking down, you're like, there's a lot of territory there, but like you'd think someone would have noticed it. Like,
was 9/11 an inside job, Levin? I'm not one of these conspiracy theorists, but it does look that way. But again,
I think that's the one we all agree on.
I why the fuck does be ringing me the whole time? It's like fucking. I was trying to think of a busy place. It's like the lobby of RTE.
What is?
Just my phone.
Oh,
really,
the monolith
depressing.
is put together with screws. I don't think aliens would have a Phillips on board their spaceships now.
A flathead.
Your agent is on the phone, Martin. Probably is, Lee.
1 second. Hold on.
You think I'm bad? I'm terrible with the phone. I'm like literally.
You are.
To be honest, 24/7. But then when I leave it down and people are ringing me, if I go for a run or something and don't bring the phone, people are like, "Why are you avoiding me?" It's not that. I do leave it down sometimes, but.
Would you say you're addicted to the phone?
I would say so. Yeah, it's like a baby's dummy. I reach for it even though I have nothing to do on it.
Yeah,
and you just get lost fucking flicking.
But like the social media apps are made.
I know that.
They're designed in a way that they've got this continuous scrolling, so you never get to the bottom, and that becomes addictive.
Yeah. I do know that. I know that you shouldn't be on it. Is Pete surfing today? That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
We were just on the phone to him there. He is surfing today. Sean says, had a good Thanksgiving. I did.
Are you thankful?
I was very thankful. We were celebrating.
Thankful to be going home.
We were celebrating Thanksgiving and the death of Diego Maradona yesterday. We had many pints.
With good old Uncle Rodders.
Yeah, with Rodney there in Crazy Horse Bar. It's a mental spot. It's just great crack.
Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse, Paris, France.
Cowboy did Your Hands Built America. These hands, all the way from San Francisco to Toronto, these hands built America. That's it. That has been that line has been told to me so many times, but it was a bit of crack. I think Martin might have actually said that.
Maybe
it's like something that he'd say.
It's something like he'd say.
Yeah. So that is the crack. The Great Reset, boys, also known as the New World Order. Alex Jones has been banging on about this for years.
Alex Jones has been saying a lot of crazy shit as well. So
The New World Order is. I mean, look at this stage. At this stage, if you want my 2 cents on it, it is a real thing. Yeah, George Bush Sr. coming out back in 1991 going, and we have a real shot at this New World Order, and we will succeed. And then you got like the Rockefellers, the UN. Man, it's the UN. Like I've been telling him, he's like, fuck's sake, this shite again, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
it gets so boring.
It does get boring. I'm bored of talking about it. But if in a nutshell, the UN, the Rockefeller Foundation, Gates, all these guys, it's a centralization of government powers.
Did
and
they
just
bump off Maradona?
No. It's just basically, they're mafia on a very, very large global scale, and they want to control everything. It's as simple as that. It's just like, you got guys, it's like having a huge corporation isn't enough, because these lads would be like, let's say the Rockefellers, or they're like, but Bezos is making more money than me. I need the world. You know, it's just basically, it's the same as previous kingdoms.
Who's
that? It's like a neo-feudal
Swindle 2345. Mate of mine says he met Martin in Martin Spencer in Dublin. Does he be up to there often, or my mate full of shite? Very possible.
Probably happened. When was that? Schwab. Yeah, Klaus Schwab is a wrong one. Fair play to you, Rachel. Yeah, but he just seems like he's been lurking in the shadows, and he's been too shitless to come out and be like, but now he's like, now I'm out of the shadows, and now why didn't I do this 15 years ago?
Who's this guy now?
He's like a real life Bond villain, and all he's missing is the Persian white cat. And to be he looks like Dr. Evil.
Well, how has he made his money?
Oh, I don't know, man. He started the World Economic Forum in Davos, is where they get the likes of Greta and DiCaprio to come and tell us how us regular folk who have basically been given no other choice than to use the fucking shit at our disposal. They could have had a car that didn't need oil. Henry Ford started the Model T car back in the day. Here's something that you might not know. The old alcohol prohibition in America, that wasn't about the morality of selling alcohol. That was because Henry Ford, when he invented the Model T car, you could run it on ethanol. So if you had access to decaying vegetation, you can make ethanol from, if you had a farm, you'd ferment it, make your own ethanol, and you run it by yourself. So that's why they outlawed alcohol and prohibition.
Was that it?
Yeah. So it's like, when you think about this, there's, these are basically, they're the ones who've stopped any other alternative sources of transportation and infrastructure, and then they put it on all of us. Wow, look at that! Look.
What?
Look up the birds, the ducks.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Flying V.
Massive flying V.
Mighty Ducks job
of ducks.
Emilio Estevez is in the middle.
Exactly. Charlie Sween. But yeah, basically.
Did you see your man Rutger? What's his name? Rutger Bergman, the Dutch historian guy?
Oh, Davos.
At Davos.
Yeah, good.
They need to be called out.
They do need to be called out because they pontificate there. They're like, and they're telling us, like, we literally, what choice do we have? Nice to get a Tesla. They're about 60 fucking grand. But nice to get any bloody car.
Like fucking 200 private airplanes fucking flying over to Davos to preach to the rest of the world about changing changing our carbon footprint and stuff. You're like,
and like the likes of Klaus Schwab, right? He's saying there's a thing on the World Economic Forum. I'll get it up for you. I'll get it up on the phone. World Economic Forum, our city 2030. He's doing a Jamie from Joe Rogan job. Basically, I was having lunch with a girl I was working with about 2 years ago in a guitar shop, and she was saying that a friend of hers is a tidy model. 2030. 2030 World Economic Forum, our city. But basically, her friend was a model who met Leonardo DiCaprio out in LA, And he flew them all down, herself and a whole load of other models, down to Buenos Aires for the night in his private jet. They were eating the finest of Argentinian steak, chimichurri, and all that crack. And then she goes, I thought that you were all, you were supposed to be some sort of champion about sustainable energy and carbon footprints, but yet you've just jetted us all down to Argentina to be eating steaks. It's like, that's a bit hypocritical. And he goes to this, oh, I got to watch you. So here, World Economic Forum. There it is. There, World Economic Forum. Here's how life could change in my city by the year 2030. So it says here, in quotes, now I can hardly believe that we have accepted congestion and traffic jams. So down here is like, welcome to the year 2030. Welcome to my city, or should I say, our city. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or any clothes. It might seem odd to you, but it makes perfect sense for us in this city. Everything you considered a product has now become a service. We have access to transportation, accommodation, food, and all the things we need in our daily lives. Well, you know what else does? A prison. You know what? Three square a meal, a bed for the night. It's guaranteed, man.
Yeah, but again, you're talking about making that
won't happen.
It's not. It won't happen.
That can't
Right,
happen.
okay, if someone said to you last year, people are going to lock down the whole fucking world because of a cold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I was in London last December, and I went on to the underground, I was like, oh man, I've got to be careful here that I don't get the flu. Because 2 years ago, I had a fucking bad doing, man. I always say it was like pretty bad, like the onset of pneumonia, and that's why I stopped training down in All Stars, because my lungs are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 2 months to get back to it till I was able to walk up a flight of stairs properly. So it's no fucking joke if you get the flu, but no one stopped. And now you got that Luke O'Neill dickhead going on Zoom calls to teenagers and being like, well, you know, you're going to have to take the vaccine, and after that, then, you know, we do as they do in China, and we'll have masks, and it's not that bad. And then you might have to get another vaccine then, and then you got your vaccine passport. I was like, no, who fucking elected these people? You know,
are you going to take the vaccine when it gets in?
No, I'm fucking not, man. And it shouldn't be mandatory.
Vaccines
it's not mandatory.
But like they're doing mandatory. They're rolling the military out in Liverpool to check people for their to do swabs. Lad. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that. I try. Yeah. What I do is I try and avoid all that negative news entering my brain.
Yeah, I mean, it has made me pretty fucking negative, to be honest. All this shit, like that's kind of like why I haven't been doing many live streams lately, because it just gets you down, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm looking at the world, and there's a clear present existential threat to everything that you took for granted as being free human beings. And for me, man, in my opinion, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says, it's 9/11 Part 2.
Yeah,
like, because once you give them any quarter, you think you're going to get that back. Like, where are the Boom Boom Boys gone? Where are they? Do you know what I mean? It was like since 9/11, it was like, oh yeah, we can't have 100 milliliters in your hand luggage anymore. Yeah, and that was just some fucking shit. Oh, a lad tried to blow up the fucking plane wearing a shoe, and there was a bomb in the shoe. And then there was like, BBC going, yes, and the man tried to bring a bottle of water, but it was really the liquid from Die Hard 3 that Hans Gruber's brother, played by Jeremy Irons, had made. It's like the time when they went into fucking Iraq under weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Saddam Hussein, Netanyahu in front of the UN Commission, he's like, he gets Colin Powell, and they drew pictures because obviously they had nothing. And then they said stick figures of like, here is people, mean man in Iraq, boom times. And, you know, but then it goes, you know, like they said, well, what happened is Saddam and his evil regime have these globes of nerve gas contained in cylinders. They're beads. You know where that came from? Maybe it was The Rock, featuring Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. They took the plot of The Rock and said that's what Saddam Hussein was doing. And everyone was like, oh, quick, we need to, he's a tyrant.
Those canisters, we better get them.
Yeah, man, it's such, man, the media, mainstream media is not on your side, man. It's the enemy of the people. And people are like, look at this. hairy, ginger, beardy fucking lunatic. And I'd be like, the burden of proof is on you, sir, not me.
There you have it.
Mic drop. Biatch.
Crack in Iraq. That's what they should actually...
Qantas Airlines are beginning to push the vaccine passport agenda. Do not fucking take it. It's like, it's like everyone needs to be awake to this shit. It's like, they're basically, it's ignorance and it's fear and control. You switch off the TV and you're like, nah, it's bullshit. Fucking Matt Hancock. Your man Matt Hancock, there's a picture of him there. Like a little fucking swat. I'm at the World Economic Forum with fucking Blofeld here. And I'm making a big boy speech and I'm going to make a lot of money.
It's not like the Tories to be nefarious.
Tories, that Boris Johnson's a fat cunt. You know, they're all...
That's more simple language.
Covering for nonce rackets and...
thing me and you will always agree on.
And you see, Corbyn could have fucking done it, man. He could have done it, but he caved into fucking identity political nonsense. And he could have fucking done it. But he was surrounded by wankers. And then what you get is Boris fucking Johnson. I mean, he's like...
Britain deserves a fucking Boris Johnson. You gotta say, they deserve him.
Who does he think he is? He models his hairstyle off Ed Sheeran's, like, do you know what I mean? It's like... He's just a fucking fat mess. I don't even think he had COVID either.
Rachel says, "Look how into it Martin is, and the two boys are just looking on because
that's normal, man."
It's like we just let him rant.
Can you have a rant? Can you?
I can rant.
Give us one.
No, I'm not.
What do you think the crack is?
I don't know. I don't like this idea of the lockdown. I just really don't. I think.
Imagine the progress we would have made this year.
Yeah,
had the lockdown.
Well, that is true too. I had so many plans, or we had so many plans.
Destroyed my economy, man.
This year, and we were just taking off with shows, and I had other plans as well, and they all got fucked.
Yeah,
basically all got fucked.
You know the owner of Wankcock.
Oh, let's just give up.
No, but the thing is,
on life.
It's like, and people will beg for the. You see, it's the old classic Hegelian dialect: problem, reaction, solution. They make the problem, people react, help us! Yes, I will help you.
I think they've handled it terrible, especially in our country. Obviously, I don't want anyone to suffer. But is it Liam or Noel Gallagher that says if you get it, you get it. Look at if everyone looked after themselves and their own,
that's it.
I think that's all you can do. You know, and then if you get it, then it's your try and get yourself to a healthy position that even if you did get it, it's not going to affect you.
At the end of the day,
the price of freedom should never ever be compromised. Like, do you want to have a life of safety and boredom or a life of relative risk? Like, if Christopher Columbus had never have gone, I know they say he was a bollocks. We don't know. History could have just made him out to be a complete bollocks.
Like history made him out to be a hero.
Yeah, but it did. Look, he probably did some bad shit. But look, that's not the point. The point is, the man apparently discovered the States, right? Or the Northern America from back in the day, right? Had he have gone, ooh, I don't want to fucking go over there, man. I might sail off the edge of the tortoise's back. Do you know what I mean? And into a big bowl of milk. And had he have done that, maybe I bet he wished he fucking never did, man, because according to Jim Morrison, Columbus's dream was filled with green death. That's it.
That's the truth.
Lads, we have to get a flight.
Yeah, we have to get a flight.
Got a fly,
we have to get a flight. But thanks everyone for watching us. Check us out on Dead Hedgehogs as well, because we're going to be doing a podcast with this Adonis here.
Yes, indeed. So, tomorrow night we'll try and get that done. And we'll stick that in. But I hope you've enjoyed the mega rant. It's been lovely to have people in with me as well, just to shoot the shit and just keeping it powerful. I love these guys very much, man. It's been fantastic.
Come to Stockholm for the points.
Yeah, and then you get home back again to Mayo, and we'll lush it out once more.
I'll be back. I'm coming back. I know well that there's going to be a lot of like, what are you doing? This conversation's going to kill Granny. What about Granny? Man, she's grand, man. She's floating around in a fucking spherical plastic bubble.
Cool. We finished it up.
Sorry. All right, listen, dudes. He didn't discover shit. There was people there before. Of course, there was, man. Yeah. It was the Egyptians. They reckon there was traces of chonk found on the Egyptian mummies from where they were.
Were they Chinese it up
from Colombia?
Yeah, apparently they were. Yeah, exactly.
Pablo Escobar hanging out with
El Chapo was being chopped over to them in a time warp with fucking Sam Neill and Event Horizon and bringing the funky shit. Right.
Why did the baker's hands smell? Because he needed a poo. Spelled with needed. Okay.
Shatting hands, did he? Right,
Right.
Good to see you. Hopefully, I might try and get on again for a bit of PlayStation action or some chill out time with you later. But I want to say thank you very much to the boys and safe journey to you.
Sure.
It was a pleasure being here with you all, and God bless you and keep you safe. And
Good luck.
yeah, take care now. Later,
Bye.
Clims. Good luck now. Give it the old plums up as well. Fair play to yous. Good luck now. Talk to you. Bye bye.
Good luck.